You know, it's funny. You physically wash the dirt off your body every single day, right? Like, it is an entirely non-negotiable part of functioning in modern society.
Oh, absolutely.
You wake up, you take a shower, you wash the day away. But what if the reason you're feeling exhausted, irritable, and just completely overwhelmed right now has literally nothing to do with your physical body?
Right. It's the stuff you can't see.
Exactly. It's everything to do with the invisible, like, spiritual lint you haven't washed off in weeks.
So welcome back to today's exploration on Beyond the Veil. Today we are focusing on energetic hygiene, specifically the mechanics of how to cleanse and recharge your aura.
And, you know, it is a concept that often gets brushed aside as purely mystical or kind of woo-woo. But as we'll see today, it is deeply practical.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you consider yourself a practicing psychic, a natural empath, or frankly, just someone who occasionally feels completely drained after sitting in a crowded room, understanding your energy field isn't a luxury. It's a critical tool for your everyday well-being. It really is. And to unpack all of this, we are looking at a profoundly practical PDF guide written by Master Psychic Spiritwalker.
Yes, such a great resource.
It really is. And, you know, he is the founder of Starseed Psychics, which is a platform both of us are quite familiar with over at the broader Nomadic Enterprises virtual marketplace.
Highly recommend checking them out.
For sure. So our mission for this session is to basically break down what the aura actually is, identify the real warning signs that your field is cluttered, and explore simple, entirely non-ritualistic ways to clear that static.
What's really fascinating here is how Spiritwalker just strips away the unapproachable mysticism that usually surrounds this whole topic.
Right, it's so grounded.
Yeah, he frames it not as some elite spiritual practice, but literally just basic maintenance for living in a highly connected world.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Before we can even talk about how to clean the aura, we really need to redefine what it is, because I think pop culture has done us a massive disservice here.
Oh, massive, yeah.
I grew up thinking of an aura as basically just like a mood ring hovering over someone's shoulders.
Right, the glowing neon colors.
Exactly. But the text makes it clear we need to completely scrap that image.
Yeah, that glowing field of color you see in movies is just a visual shorthand for a much more complex mechanism. So Spiritwalker defines the aura as a multi-layered energetic field.
Okay.
It interacts directly with both your physical body and your consciousness simultaneously. It is essentially an active interface between you and the external world.
Wait, I want to pause on that phrase, active interface.
Yeah.
Because if my aura is an active interface, am I essentially just a human sponge?
Well,
Because reading the text, it says this field holds, you know, emotional residue, mental patterns, environmental energy, relationship cords. I immediately had this horrifying thought, I'm just a human lint roller.
a human lint roller.
Yes, like
Yeah.
I'm walking through the grocery store and I am getting covered in everyone else's emotional dog hair. Does every single interaction actually leave a mark?
I mean, if we connect this to the bigger picture of how energy functions, yes, there is a constant exchange happening. But, and this raises an important question, and it's a trap a lot of highly sensitive people fall into.
Okay.
Picking up this debris is not a failure of your energetic boundaries. It doesn't mean you were doing something wrong.
Oh, wow. That is a relief because constantly trying to block everything out sounds absolutely exhausting.
It is exhausting. And it actually goes against physics. If you have an open, sensitive system, it breathes in the environment. Spiritwalker uses a great analogy here. Imagine a room.
Okay.
Dust naturally settles over time just from the air currents, right? If the room is never cleaned, the air simply becomes thick. You can't breathe as well.
Oh, that makes total sense.
The dust settling doesn't mean the room is defective. It just means it exists in a world with moving air. Your aura is exactly the same. It naturally accumulates the microscopic residue of your daily interactions.
So what does this all mean for our daily lives? Since we are constantly accumulating this invisible dust, how do we actually know when our energetic room has gotten too thick? I mean, I can't exactly look in a mirror and see spiritual dirt on my face.
And that is precisely why people struggle. Most sensitives can physically feel when their energy field has become overloaded, but they misdiagnose the cause.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they blame their own mental health, or they assume they're just, having a terrible week.
Which is so relatable. The guide actually lists some specific symptoms that really clarify this.
Yes.
The first is feeling emotionally heavy after being around certain people or environments, and not just like a normal tiredness, but a dense, dragging heaviness.
Yeah, physical weight.
Right. Then there is sudden irritability or anxiety without a clear trigger. Like you're completely fine one minute, you walk into a store, and the next you feel like your skin is crawling.
Yet it's the underlying mechanism there, though. It is a sudden shift in your internal state that does not organically belong to you.
Wow. Yeah.
The text also points to a lack of focus during meditation and feeling completely drained even after a full 8-hour night of rest. Your physical body slept, but your energetic body is still carrying 50 pounds of static.
The static. Okay, that brings me to the symptom that just stopped me in my tracks.
Which one?
Spiritwalker mentions the very confusing experience of not being able to distinguish your own emotions from someone else's. This led to a massive aha moment for me regarding psychic abilities and intuition.
Oh, the signal tuning.
Yes. I always thought that if I couldn't read a room or if I couldn't tap into my own gut feeling, it meant I was just out of practice. But the text says the signal is just being drowned out by energetic noise.
It is such a vital distinction. Think of your aura like a highly sophisticated radio antenna.
Okay.
If you work with intuition, or if you're just naturally empathetic, your antenna has evolved to pick up a massive spectrum of frequencies. That openness is what allows you to read energy in the first place.
But I'm guessing the downside of a great antenna is that it picks up absolutely everything, right?
Exactly. Without regular clearing, that antenna just becomes overwhelmed. Let's take the radio analogy a step further. It's like having the squelch turned all the way down on a CB radio.
Oh, so it's just buzzing.
Right. You aren't just hearing the specific channel you tuned into. You are hearing the background radiation of the entire city. All those overlapping signals create a wall of white noise.
Wow.
You aren't losing your intuitive ability. They're just 10 different stations blasting static over your frequency.
That makes so much sense. And honestly, if you are listening to this and realizing your squall just turned all the way down and you feel like you need a professional to help you untangle those frequencies, Spiritwalker actually applies these very concepts in his own work.
He does.
Yeah, he offers expert readings and intuitive coaching through the Starseed Psychics portal on the nomadicenterprises.com site. Having someone help you map out your own clear baseline signal is a great way to start.
It is incredibly valuable. Because once you know what your clear, unburdened signal actually feels like, you immediately notice when someone else's static tries to piggyback on it.
Which brings us to the most practical part of today's session. We know the room is dusty. We know the antenna is covered in static.
Yep.
How do we tune it back? The absolute best news from this guide is that the cleansing toolkit does not require you to join a monastery or perform some complex 3-hour mysticism.
No, not at all. Spiritwalker places a heavy emphasis on simplicity and grounded action.
Yeah.
He outlines 4 primary methods.
Okay, let's hear them.
The first is perhaps the most universal, which is salt baths.
Okay, so I use salt baths for sore muscles, obviously, but how does it actually work on an energetic level? Is it just like the relaxing nature of warm water?
It goes deeper than just relaxation. It's actually about the physical structure of salt.
Really?
Yeah, salt is crystalline, meaning its molecular structure is highly ordered and stable. So when you introduce a chaotic, cluttered, statically charged energy field into an ordered crystalline environment, like a sea salt or Epsom salt bath, the salt literally acts like an energetic reset button.
Wow, okay.
It absorbs that erratic charge and grounds it into the water. It physically draws the heavy energy out of your field.
So it's pulling that chaotic frequency into a stable structure. I love that. And the text notes that even a simple foot soak does the trick if you don't have a bathtub.
Oh, totally. Foot soaks are great.
But let me push back a little here. I get the salt bath water and minerals drawing things out, but what if I'm stuck at the office?
Right.
What if I just had a brutally stressful meeting and I feel that heavy residue creeping in? I can't exactly draw a bath in the break room.
No, probably not. And that is where the second method comes in. Smoke cleansing. Burning herbs like sage, palo santo, cedar, or sweetgrass.
Right, but again, explain the how to me. How does smoke actually clean an invisible field?
It's essentially particulate binding.
Particulate binding.
Yeah. When you burn these specific herbs, they release smoke particulates that are highly effective at binding to positive ions, which, despite the name, are the heavy, stagnant, energetic charges in a room or an aura.
Oh, okay. I always thought positive ions sounded like a good thing.
Right, it's confusing. But as the smoke passes through your localized electromagnetic field, it binds to that static charge, breaks up the density, and literally carries it away as the smoke dissipates.
That is fascinating. The guide specifically mentions moving the smoke slowly around the body, but focusing on the shoulders The back of the neck and the crown of the head.
Yes, those are notorious energetic catch points.
Why is that?
Well, the back of the neck and the shoulders are where the nervous system is most exposed, and energetically, it is where we carry the weight of external expectations. The smoke disrupts the static clinging to those specific areas.
Okay, but what if I'm in an environment where I can't burn anything either? Like no open flames allowed.
Fair enough.
The third method the text provides might actually be my favorite because it's completely free and always accessible, grounding in nature.
Ah, yes. Also known as earthing.
Okay.
Walking barefoot on the soil, sitting near moving water, or just standing near a large tree.
It sounds so incredibly simple, almost too simple, you know? How is standing in the grass cleaning my aura?
It is pure electrical physics.
Okay, lay it on me.
The surface of the Earth maintains a constant negative electrical charge. When we walk around in modern society, surrounded by Wi-Fi, synthetic clothing, stress, we build up a positive static charge in our biomagnetic field.
So we get out of balance.
Exactly. When you make direct physical contact with the Earth, your body naturally discharges that excess chaotic energy directly into the ground, while simultaneously drawing up the Earth's stabilizing negative ions. You are literally using the planet as an energetic lightning rod.
That completely reframes walking barefoot in the park. It's an electrical discharge. I love that.
It's very grounding, literally.
And finally, the fourth tool is breath and intention. The guide suggests a 5-minute practice, just closing your eyes, imagining a slow wave of bright light moving through your body as you inhale, and visualizing all that dense, cloudy energy dissolving and leaving your field as you exhale.
Because breath is the ultimate bridge. It is the one autonomic nervous system function we can consciously control.
Right. We don't have to think about breathing, but we can if we want to.
Exactly. By pairing the physical mechanism of deep breathing with the focused intention of clearing, you are bridging your physical body with your subtle bodies, which is just a term for the energetic extensions of your nervous system.
You know, there is this gorgeous image included in the material that paints a perfect picture for the listener.
Oh, the one with the waterfall.
Yes. It shows a woman meditating, and she has this brilliantly glowing, rainbow-colored aura radiating outward. She's surrounded by nature, right next to a flowing waterfall. She has a lit candle, a singing bowl, a massive amethyst crystal, and smoke beautifully swirling around her. It's like the ultimate visual checklist of all 4 cleansing tools working in harmony.
It really is a perfect synthesis. You have the earth represented by the crystal, the water from the falls, the fire, the candle, the air and smoke, and the conscious intention all anchoring the energy field.
It makes you want to build your own little physical toolkit to support the energetic work, doesn't it?
It really does.
And if you are looking to do that, if you want to find high-quality herbs for smoke cleansing or crystals or bath elements, Nomadic Enterprises has sections like the Bourbon Barrel Apothecary and Nomadic Creations that are just fantastic places to start exploring. Having tangible tools absolutely helps ground the practice.
Highly recommend.
But here is where it gets really interesting. You do all this work. You use the salt, the smoke, the grounding. You've emptied the dusty room. But the text warns that this is only half the process.
Yes, it is the most common mistake people make with energetic hygiene.
Really, the most common.
By far. If we connect this to the bigger picture, nature abhors a vacuum. Cleansing removes the excess chaotic energy, but it leaves a vast empty space in your aura.
Okay, so it's clean but empty.
Right. And if you clear your field and then immediately walk out into a busy street without doing anything else, your freshly emptied aura is going to act like a giant sponge and instantly absorb whatever environmental energy it hits first.
Which completely defeats the entire purpose.
Precisely. You have to move into the recharging phase.
Recharging. Okay, so recharging is about intentionally refilling that cleared space with calm, steady energy of your own choosing.
Yes.
The guide offers some beautifully simple ways to do this. Sitting quietly in the direct sunlight for a few minutes, drinking a glass of clean water slowly and intentionally, like not chugging it between meetings, but actually experiencing it.
Being present with it.
Yeah, listening to calming music or doing a 5-minute gratitude practice.
It is about consciously deciding what frequency you want your newly cleaned antenna to broadcast.
Spiritwalker has a great comparison for this. He says it's like cleaning that dusty room we talked about earlier, and then finally opening the windows to let the fresh air blow in. You aren't just removing the stagnant air, you are actively inviting the good air in to take its place.
And this naturally leads to the central thesis of the entire guide. The power of consistency.
Yes, the guide states very clearly that this isn't just an emergency protocol for when you are having an absolute meltdown.
No, you shouldn't wait until you're crashing.
It has to become a rhythm. Just like you bathe your physical body daily, the energetic body needs routine care. For highly sensitive people, psychics, or energy workers, it suggests weekly cleansing, or even daily during really intense periods of life.
Because aura cleansing isn't about chasing some profound spiritual awakening or a mystical high. It is basic daily hygiene.
Right.
When your biomagnetic field is consistently clean and intentionally recharged, the compounding results are remarkable. Your nervous system stabilizes, your emotional baseline levels out, your intuition naturally sharpens because it isn't fighting through a wall of static.
As the text beautifully puts it, your energy simply feels lighter. And most importantly, you begin to feel like yourself again.
That is the ultimate goal. Maintaining a clear field so your natural sensitivity functions as a tool rather than a liability.
So what does this all mean for us? I mean, it means that in a world that is absolutely packed full of emotional noise, nonstop digital input, and chaotic environments, learning to care for your aura isn't just a trendy self-care idea.
Not at all.
It is arguably one of the most practical survival skills you can develop. It keeps you anchored in your own truth.
And if you are navigating this world as an empath or an intuitive, it is the absolute foundation of everything you do.
Absolutely. So, before we wrap up today's session, I want to remind you that if you are looking to deepen this practice, or if you feel like you need help finding that clear signal we talked about, you can actually hire Master Psychic Spiritwalker to be your intuitive coach.
Such a game changer.
It really is. And you can also hire Mistress Gypsy Wind as well. You can book both of their services directly through the Starseed Psychics site over at www.nomadic-enterprises.com. We will make sure to drop that link right in the description for you.
Having an experienced guide can completely transform how you manage your energetic boundaries.
Oh, and I almost forgot. Spiritwalker just had a brand new book drop. It's all about his pilgrimage to the highest point of the San Francisco Peaks. It's titled The Journey to the Top Summiting the San Francisco Peaks.
Wow, yes. A fantastic read.
Definitely. The link for the book will be down in the description as well. So as we close out this exploration, I think you had a final question for us to ponder.
I do.
Hmm.
As you go through your week feeling the sudden highs, the inexplicable lows, and the shifting anxieties of your daily routine, ask yourself how much of your everyday mood actually belongs to you and how much is just the energetic echo of the people you've been standing next to.
Oh, that is definitely going to stick with me. I think it is officially time to step out of the emotional mud and finally take that energetic shower. Thank you for joining us on Beyond the Veil, and we will see you next time.